So welcome everybody to our Fall 2016 Student Showcase. My name is Jordan Hallow. I am the president of this club. Thank you for coming if you're new. Otherwise, I'm just going to let everybody talk. So whoever's first, Sweet and Spooky. You guys can go ahead. Give a round of applause.
So, Sweet and Spooky is a game we made for Global Game Jam. No,
Game Maker 48.
Game Maker 48. Yeah, GM48, which was a game jam, which is it was a 48-hour session where you had to make a game completely from scratch, and that includes all the programming, the art, music, everything, completely from scratch. Yes, so 6 of us hunkered down for 48 hours and cranked this game out. I think we'll each kind of go through and say what we most contributed to it.
Yeah.
I did just a little programming, a little bit of level design, and I composed the music for the game, the main theme for the menu, and the gameplay. Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan, I did the menus and the text in the game.
And Gabby, I did about maybe half of the art, and I composed the shop music.
And then I'm Ryan, and I did the level with like the spawning mechanics and room transfers. And I think I fine-tuned the motion.
Yeah, and 2 of the people who helped make this game are not here today, but yeah.
Katie
and
started did some development as well. She kind of gave us the baseline and kind of helped us adapt. And then Destiny did the
did a
rest
lot
of
of level design and
a lot of art.
yeah.
The other half of the art.
So I think we'll just kind of demo it now. Well, Gabby should demo it. She's the most
Gabby's
proficient.
good at the game.
And I guess we can just kind of narrate it. Can we get volume?
Yeah, there's a mute button.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't know how to do this.
on our main menu, we wait. Okay.
We're
just starting.
jump in.
So the idea of the game is as you advance from room to room, the spawns increase, and your goal is to collect as much jewelry as you can. And you can attack the spawns by throwing candy, but that subtracts candy from your candy number. And if your candy runs out, you die.
Right. Yeah, you lose candy.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, you lose candy. And at some point there will be a shop door. I don't think that's yeah. So okay. Well, she just died. Okay. But you can go into the shop and you can exchange your candy. No, you can exchange your points, your score, like the jewels you get, for more candy. So it enables you to go further. So it's basically there's no end to the game. The levels are randomly selected from a set of 5 or 6, and
The loot monsters are
yeah, the loot monsters are populated randomly too. The monsters increase the further you go, and it's basically just to see how far you can get.
Push the
Got it.
spider.
Got it.
I got it.
Another tiny tidbit is that the theme for this jam was risk and reward, and that's why we kind of have the health being your ammunition to kind of loss versus benefit of shooting somebody.
Could you turn the volume down a little bit so we can hear you folks?
It sounds nicer than we did.
Maybe we should set a flash kind of loud.
Was there like an empty frame in there?
I have no idea. It's
Right, so you need to buy more. And originally we intended there to be more things you could purchase and all that, but since
We ran
it's
out of time.
48 hours and such, didn't get there. I think that was done in an hour like 47.
Yeah.
And then we had the extra.
I would say like 30% of this was done in an hour 47.
There was a lot that kind of came together.
No.
So yeah,
That
that
did the bottom
can
there.
happen a lot. You just get swarmed.
Right, and that's some of the gameplay stuff we didn't really have time to fine tune as much as we would have liked, sort of placement Just to make it more fun rather than, because now it's totally random. We'd like to kind of make it more intelligent, but. So what's that?
So yeah, that's sweet and spooky.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Game changer. Any questions about it? Or, oh yeah, that would be good. It sounds horrible.
Oh, now that we're at the main menu,
Show off all the other.
there's you can click controls to see all the different inputs. Credits basically just talks about us.
The problem with having the controls page is you need to know the controls to get to the
Yeah,
page.
yeah.
To load the
That's,
controls. But otherwise, details.
Yeah, and we came up with a little story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you're doing a little context.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is that logo. That was terrible. Did you guys like grab that from the website or something?
Yeah. I found it on Google.
I have the original.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh,
You
yeah,
wanna
okay.
read
Yeah,
your
I wrote the story for this game, so I guess. So after ordering an unbelievable amount of candy, and being faced with an insurmountable bill, go to the old house at the end of the street where everything is free,
We missed this.
but the residents like their belongings. Can you find enough to repay your debt? And that just sets up sort of the scenario as to why you're here and why you're shooting candy, I guess.
Yeah.
We should have
Why you're
mentioned
going
the
for duels, but-
candy. or
Yeah.
something. That
It's
was-
not it's not a story, it's an excuse.
Yes.
It's a good reason to run around throwing candy at monsters in a hot
Not that
box.
you need a good reason for that, but
Why is Mario a plumber?
That's a good question. Good question.
that's it.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So next up, Ryan has a project he's been working on. He's going to share with us. So, named Unstable, I think?
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
unstable.
Okay. You want this issue?
I thought the box was. It's not my fault. I didn't do it. The first 5. I didn't do this. Cool. So this is kind of the only thing that I've done on my own. Oh, I'm Ryan, I guess. We still need to reiterate that. This is the only thing I've kind of done on my own this semester. Everything else has kind of been group projects, like Sweet Spooky and stuff. This is a web-based like HTML5 JavaScript game, I guess, obviously, because it's in Chrome right now. But so it's written in this nice little DM there. My Steam username is ODearLord, so that's why that just happened. But yeah, so I kind of created this art style a while ago because I was trying to make something simple enough that I could actually make art for and have it look what I think is a little bit decent. So that was kind of where it came from, and gameplay has been second, which is noticeable. But this is kind of what I came up with. It's just sort of a, I don't even know what genre that is, but it's a puzzle game, I guess.
There was the old, I forget what it's called, the old Atari game where you had to run around from all the robots. What was that one called?
Robot Runner?
No.
I don't know. I'm guessing. I've never played it. But I guess I'll just run through a couple of levels real quick. Connor can if he wants them. That's fine.
Just arrow keys.
That's cool. Yeah, it's just characters. Or maybe it's the latest. Yeah.
I'm getting the coins.
Yeah. So there's little coins that don't do anything right now, and this guy comes up and lots of stuff. You're gonna be a lot better at this than I am.
You think so?
You're better at Spelunky, so that's a good.
That's a good indicator.
And Rocket League. I think any game we've played together so far. But yeah, so I just kind of threw together some levels. Yeah, that took me like more than one try to do the first time, which is kind of sad.
Well, I'm watching you play others.
That's fair. That's
It was
fair.
called Berserk.
Berserk, I've not. But yeah, I don't know if anyone has any questions. Nothing do.
What's it made of?
Is there any sound? It's made in JavaScript HTML5. No, I don't have sound yet. I've gotten there. I know even less about sound than I do about art, so that's kind of.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is.
the.
Oh.
And then because I
got it.
I'm cool, we started. It wasn't on purpose.
What did you call it? The casual filter?
That was Connor's. Connor dubbed it the casual filter.
The
Apparently
casual
it's Connor's casual.
filter,
Just the casual.
filter.
Yeah, it's JavaScript HTML5, so you can run in browser and it can be exported to desktop and mobile eventually. Yeah, so that's unstable.
Why'd you work at Java?
My original plan was to make this more of a roguelike game where I generate the levels and then it was sort of see how far you can get before you disappear and have to kind of run through this series of worlds again. That was kind of the original thought, but then roguelikes are harder to make than static levels and I wanted to finish something, so there's set levels now.
So wait, would it like randomly generate on its own, the levels?
It would have, but these are static though.
Okay, yeah.
So that was kind of my thought though, kind of generate different level segments maybe. And,
I mean,
any different- there's just like 5 right now, and they're not very good. I mean, this one's decent, I think, but I also made it in like 5 minutes. I was actually making it when I got here, so I forgot I had one level and it was terrible because I was just testing with it. Did you do that?
No, I didn't touch anything.
It's interesting.
It was it startled me. I wasn't sure what happened.
It must have been a key that did it.
I'm just hitting the air. I'll put this on.
That's on. Well, it's okay. That was just a key. Wow.
You got a speed run it?
Yeah, that's how I beat it the last time I did it.
Oh dear. Forgot about
This
this.
one's pretty terrible.
This.
I did like it 5 minutes ago.
That's it. Unbeatable.
I know. I wanted to see if I beat it once. But I didn't have to go through every other level every time.
Yeah, I had to do that post too.
That's the last one though. So if you get past the terrible, broken, unfair one, you've done it.
Now, that's just, a 2D version of Dark Souls.
Yeah, except without, I don't think there's as much satisfaction from learning my combat system. Generally amounts to avoid projectiles and bomb guys.
Shooty
It's
box.
not satisfying.
No, I think it turned out pretty well, considering. It's pretty simple, which is what I was going for.
I'm not paying attention to when this got done.
This is a tough one. That was the second one. But yeah, so that's unstable. And when I ask any questions, otherwise, yeah, it was fun. It was fun to work on it. So.
All right, thank you, Ryan.
The browser on that.
Next up is Pirates from the Unity game jam we had.
Yeah.
Is it on?
You guys can come
It's
over.
on your.
I don't know which computer you have for that.
What's your? Oh, I have one.
It's a friendly browser.
So do we just get that in there?
Do what?
We just get that?
Oh, we've had this.
That's not what it's gonna
Yeah.
We don't bring it every day.
Yeah, it's a lot to bring every day. I have a list that the club has too, if you can find it in your.
Turns out
I want the second one right there.
For some reason, encrypted has been weird today.
yeah, it's been bad for me, just in general.
It's a key 30 minutes stayed on campus today.
Yeah, I think it's really. Oh yeah. I wonder if I don't know if this is loaded.
Should be, hopefully.
They don't tell
It
you
takes a
how
while.
you want that.
It takes a while. This doesn't mind.
Oh yeah, it's good.
There we go. Someone will have to stand up. There it goes.
You turn the volume down a little bit too. I just want to make sure the camera can hear you.
That good?
Yeah.
This is called Pirates. We made it for a club unity jam.
Yeah.
And we are the 3 people who made it. It was also made in 48 hours.
I didn't do the music, but I found the royalty-free music we use for this game. This project in general had its flaws from the beginning. Mostly that me and Gabby don't know how to program in C#, so we couldn't do any coding for the game until Ryan joined us.
Which was about 6 hours before we were done or something. So.
Yeah. Also, I didn't know enough about source integration, so at some point, I just was emailing everything that I needed to put in the game to Gabby instead of going through source tree. Oh, and the ship jumps. It's magical.
It's a feature.
It's a
Yeah,
feature.
it's a kind of magic tank, so the magical part is the kind of the ship can jump.
And it has multiple colored little jet trolls too.
I didn't decide which way to.
I like how the cannonballs go.
It doesn't work, so you can't.
We didn't decide.
Was it?
It's I'm using. I think I used like radians instead of degrees somewhere or something because it's if you notice it turns which way it comes out. Yeah, span it really fast. Oh, it's perfect. It used to like they used to fly out in the air. Span it fast.
Wait.
There it goes.
there
There
we
it
go.
goes. Look,
Did we ever fix it so that if you're just aiming like in one direction and you just keep tapping it, the ship sends you backwards, like you start floating?
oh, I think that still happens.
Okay.
Oh, that's collision.
Yeah, man. Collisions and everything. It's a quality game.
I didn't make a ship on myself.
That was.
I think we learned quite a bit from this game jam as far as preparation of what skills we need before going into all of this are important.
I think you guys hopefully learned some Unity.
I
tools as
hope
well.
We learned a bit about 3D modeling.
That's good.
I learned not to load every asset, because that takes 3 hours.
This was a learning experience. That's what we've concluded.
Yeah.
This was fun. Sometimes the chests that bob up and down get stuck under the level.
It hasn't happened online for me yet.
Really? Okay.
For some reason online. it,
Never
like,
mind,
works
that doesn't
fine. Just
happen.
on my computer, they decided to
It's
start
flawless.
flying.
But yeah, so. Oh yeah, there's you can see the outline of the map as well. Yes.
The horizon.
The balls getting stuck on the edge.
Were you guys planning on putting in enemies?
Yes, originally.
They're shards.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't affect you.
Yeah, they don't.
No, I just asked because of the cannonballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Or,
was
like-
going to be like a minor combat mechanic, and then that didn't happen.
Jump.
Wading through an ocean.
You can challenge just climb on top of
No,
the
no,
like
that's-
crowd surfing through them.
In theory, if you pile enough balls, you can climb the ball tower and get out of the tower. It's never been done before, but it's technically possible. There you go. There it is. Oh, maybe you should over the wall.
We could do like,
Is there a winning condition in it?
there was originally a score, but then the score disappeared on the exporting.
It's a web or
Yeah.
just in general.
I think it was just a general, I don't know, I think it was the web, the score disappeared.
We had
Is
some
like
fun.
UI for it, so you think it's still tracking it maybe?
It's probably off the screen, I would guess.
Did we ever have, so I know we wanted to set like a point value to get to, but did we put enough treasure chests in for you to reach that point?
I don't think we did.
Wait, is there a limited number of treasure chests?
Yes.
Yeah, it's only like.
They don't-
That's a 6 map.
Regenerate.
There's no generation there.
We had enough trouble making the treasure chest like appear and do the thing we're supposed to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's pirates. Any questions?
I want to see the front of the ship. Can we?
No, because the camera is permanently stuck behind it.
Okay.
So
You don't want to
Game
see
of the
the
year.
front of the ship. You don't want to see that ship from any other angle.
there's a cannon at the front where all the cannonballs are firing out of, but you can't see it because of the mast. So
Okay.
It's also massively tinier than the cameras.
It's magic.
That's fine though, that's just an art style.
Yeah, it's art.
Will there be DLC
Probably.
Certainly.
Day 1 DLC, season pass.
on this?
Why is there a green and a purple shirt?
Magic. Our theme was magic tech pirates. So that's the magic. The jumping rainbow ship.
It's a ship.
It shoots cannonballs that are massively larger than the game.
Breaking
A
physics.
magical feat.
It's like, yeah. Well, like it's a teenage robot, so.
Exactly.
That's all it's all about.
What is that? F equals MI.
Shoot him over the
It's
exit.
really fun to just ram the cannonballs.
It was surprisingly
around,
entertaining.
actually.
See if you can shoot him over the wall. That again. That when they shoot up.
It's hard to shoot up on purpose.
There's like, I think you just have to get the right orientation.
Yeah, no, like for sure. It's just finding that and stuff.
Oh, yeah. You are going back a little bit.
Nah.
None of them made it over.
The walls are pretty tall, so.
I was hoping. I wanted to believe.
Even if you
Crash
can
the
still
game
do like the wall jumping and.
I'm actually surprised how many cannonballs
Yeah,
are
I'm
still.
actually surprised
No,
it's
we
still
haven't
running, so-
tried to crash the game by shooting enough cannonballs that it overloads.
You need to do your bug testing. That was that.
Well, if you can figure
I
out
think we
what number
figured
that
it out
is,
with playing before
let us
they
know.
moved the game with cannonballs. The lifetime of our game is roughly around 3 minutes of playtime, I think. That might be generous.
This is definitely more than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that's because we were
Just look
forced
up an
to
auto
talk for
clicker
7
and just
minutes.
leave it on overnight.
The song's been looping, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's pretty
How long's
good.
the song track?
It's like 3 minutes long, I think.
Uh-oh.
Stuck.
I think
So,
I
I
doubled
think
it.
it's
wrong.
like fades out
We're
when
good.
it's done and then comes back in.
Perhaps
So
the name
it's
should be Pirate's Ball Pit.
Yes.
Yeah.
This should have been a ball.
Extra hour in the ball pit.
Avoid the realistic shorts.
It's a realistic way to-
Check out
Oh.
this water texture though.
Now here's an alternate idea for you.
Yeah, there's realistic
The
sharks.
sea is actually made out of cannonballs, and you're firing sharks at the other ships.
Oh man,
That's the DLC.
that's
You're firing water
That's the Freaky Friday DLC.
alright.
So,
Pirates. Thank you.
It exists.
Trying to do your best.
It's not bad considering the fact that neither of you guys can program.
It's not a bad tagline. Pirates, it compiles.
Also, release/fongs didn't work.
Alright, next up is Quest to Find All.
It looks like it's alwaysfongs.meme too. It's just great.
You all want to join me?
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Slideshow, see what's happening.
Trying to respond to someone talking to me about food Jesus.
I never use slides, so our game is called The Amazingly Wonderful Dangerous Adventure of a Legendary Boy in His Abnormally Normal Township and His Quest to Find All.
We go with
Great
Quest to
title.
Find All when you need to actually say it.
Quest to Find All for short, if you don't want to remember that big title. Why did we name it that?
Food for thought.
Yeah, because we wanted it to be a big deal.
We'll get to that. Okay, so there we are. Look how happy we are. So we traveled down to Texas A&M to participate in Chillennium, which is a 48-hour game jam, and that was back in September. And the theme was Fufara, and if you don't know what Fufara is, there's the definition according to Google there. A great deal of fuss or attention given to a minor matter, or showy frills added unnecessarily.
It's a ridiculous title.
So.
That was kind of
Our
ridiculous.
implementation of that theme was having achievements pop up for simple tasks you do, like going outdoors, hitting a tree, right? Stuff like that.
Walking.
Walking, you moved.
Talking to people.
And we used Game Maker Studio to make this game.
Right, so some of the things I worked on include achievement system, player movement, and I made some of the areas in the game. So some of the fun stuff with Game Maker was keeping persistent game information across different rooms, just because it's supported by GameMaker, but when you start out not doing that and then have to go back and change your code to support that, there's interesting things that happen. Like my favorite bug that happened for like the entire time was when you spawn into a room, another copy of you spawns underneath you, and you start moving twice as fast because you're moving in the same direction twice. But then it's really fun is sometimes you mess it up and then they both walk in different directions and then you just kind of are stuck or like auto-scrolling and it's not fun. So I ended up not figuring out at all what caused it and just every time you enter a room I just deleted enough of your copies until there was one of you left and then you play the game like normal. And then the achievement system was also interesting, keeping achievement tracking information consistent across different rooms and that sort of thing. So, also particles are fun to put on the screen as well. So, it's kind of what I do.
I didn't get to do much on this game because, like, not very long after we showed up, I caught something on the plane on the way to Texas, and I had to go to the emergency room twice. I was, like, dying. So, it was a really bad time. But I did do all the audio in the game. I just edited a bunch of open source files I found, which was something I'd never done before.
I think that's amazing, even though you were ill, you were
Yeah,
able to get all the audio.
I had some pretty good drugs to not be able to buy them. But yeah, I don't know. The weirdest thing I had to do was I spent like 40 minutes trying to find a good sound clip of someone hitting a watermelon with a hammer because I needed a squish sound. But yeah, other than that, I didn't do much.
I did the title screen. It's identical to our club example we did a couple weeks ago. I've used it in previous projects. Level map design, I made the main town. We talked about simplifying it because we felt after we made it that we had like too many areas that we were focused on. We spread ourselves too thin for 48 hours. So we talked about maybe having just that town map moved this over again instead of having like a forest and a beach and a farm and a cave and a mountain. Majority of the achievements are in the main town. Achievements that I came up with were the Slenderman one and the Fox one. These are my favorites. And there's models of us in the game who will tribute attack.
It's true.
That Destiny made. So I need a volunteer. Come up here.
Also, Destiny did all of our art and levels.
Yeah.
Well, some of the levels I too.
I need a volunteer to come up here and try this out. Make sure the sound works.
Are we talking about sound?
I don't get it.
It was working.
I heard it. I heard it for a
Yeah, it was
second.
working before.
Yeah, it was on here.
Oh.
I'm trying to get it to play on.
Maybe it's just
Oh,
not loud enough on there.
Oh, is it? Maybe it's. Yeah, I'll turn it up here too. Oh,
You want to try to do that?
go. Try it. It's on full blast on mine. No. There we go. Alright.
Yeah, it's not a very long song.
Go ahead.
Just
Just
enter
hit enter. Yeah. Should work.
Where's it see?
There we go. I didn't know that did that.
Did that guy spawn away from the door?
Yep.
48 hours. Yes, you can walk over the chair. I think X.
Yeah, one of them's interact and one of them's attack.
X and Z, I think.
Pretty sure.
What is that attack? Is he have a sword?
I
It's
think,
like a karate
I think he
chop.
had his sword when we initially conceived the animation, and then that never happened.
There's
That's
Destiny.
just the spirit.
What happened?
I think a few things got a little broken in the web export as well. I had a lot of fun making their animation.
Shoot. If you go up or down, you can find the end of where the animation started.
Yeah, I tried to fix that, but it was like in the last couple hours, and I so.
I like how it's like a little angry face.
Occasional angry eyebrows.
Yeah, they're interesting. Oh, that's you're interacting, but
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
because it's broken because of web export.
Oh, really? Is that one?
I think so.
Oh, I thought I was gonna like get hurt there.
Oh, you can hear my watermelon sound.
Yeah, pop in there.
Yeah.
You had that great
You're great.
watermelon sound.
Right. You hit
X.
X. How was it even before?
Oh no, is it not?
The web one's a little broken.
Watermelon sound.
Oh, look, a chest.
Was it open?
The interaction.
No,
Broken.
I just don't have the key, we're just gonna say that.
There's a few lovely
Oh.
features like that one. That's good.
It's a feature. Guys, Ryan made this map.
This is my level, yeah.
The other ones are good.
So those are balloons?
There's slimes.
They're slimes. It would
That's-
make-
it's
they
actually-
sounded
yeah.
squishier when you pop them, which they
They do, yeah. But you can like, yeah, I actually really like the way she animated the slimes. They have like a little soft skull inside of them.
Is that gonna help me now?
No,
No,
that's just
just
broken
broken.
on the web.
There was an achievement for killing one.
When did I get an egg?
Oh, that was a Pokemon reference.
Pokemon Go reference.
Another thing we noticed is that our achievements have cute little taglines that don't explain why you got them.
Isn't that the
So-
Toyota logo too, hidden right there?
Yeah, that was the logo.
There's
For
a lot of inside jokes in this too.
Yeah, actually almost.
Alright, I
One
want to
was
find
50%.
all the creators now.
We were very sleepy.
What was this written in?
This
Game
is
Maker Studio.
yeah.
Okay.
There's your problem.
Like, are you using
Well, there's your
JavaScript,
problem.
Flash, Java,
We
something
didn't,
else?
when we
It's just
were,
GML.
when we were making it, we focused, I think, on the PC export, because that was what the Chilean guidelines said, so we're actually, it's kind of a miracle what runs in the web version.
Yeah, that's something we learned afterwards. Is that when you're developing for web, you need to consider web the entire
I'm wearing
time.
the wrong jacket.
I felt like, I felt like
There's a
How do I get out now?
you
Oh,
can,
yeah.
you can go out the fence.
yeah. You can go. There's
I
also
said I
a
can't go
place
that way
for
though.
fences.
Oh, there we go.
You
I
just
said I couldn't go that way.
It's flawless, okay?
I can play this for hours.
I like the art style actually. I think Ryan's in that house right there.
It's kind of like Scribble Knots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fun fact,
Just
totally forgot his beard.
This lady was drawing me without the beard,
Then
and
I'm
she
at-
was just
I'm at the
couldn't
beach
figure out
and
what
he
was
gets
wrong.
out.
She was like, "What's wrong?"
Oh,
I don't know how you did that.
smart.
That's
Right
it's
there.
kind of
Is
Should
that
be
a?
there.
If you go down-
there. Like at the bottom of the path. That's like the side.
This way?
Over the other way. The other way.
The other way?
The other way. Yeah. Let's go this way.
It's cut
Oh,
off.
yeah, there we go.
It's cut off on the web. It's like it's below
I'm
them.
going there. There I am.
Hey.
Got my suit on today. Yeah. So I think it's on. We went up to 8 minutes there. So
Yeah, that's our island.
if you guys want to play it, it's on our itch.io account.
Oh yeah, spacebar. Spacebar.
And there's also, isn't there a download?
You should hit spacebar.
There's also a download here. There's also the Konami codes in here too. If you know that, you can try putting that in. So
Yep.
that's a quest to find all.
Is it all equal?
All right.
Doesn't seem that particularly dangerous.
And then Connor's next.
That's you also.
I'll disconnect so you guys can. Ryan's been involved in this.
It's right.
You want the
I
HDMI?
think
Seen
I
the
was-
design presentation
Yeah,
yesterday. I had to go think about the day this one. So, I have to explain our structural design with shaking hands.
I did a slide that said severe illness.
That's true. And that's
Now we
basically
just
my
know.
contribution.
Trying to write down what I was gonna say, and then it took 20 minutes to convert it into a bullet point form, and that was the 20 minutes that I was planning to rehearse it. That was fun. Surviving. I kinda wish I could.
What?
So you're robot?
Yeah, I made that a while
Stuff
ago.
going on at around 6:30.
Oh, God, I thought that was your laptop. I was like, why do you have so many pictures of Ryan?
Are you looking around here?
It's not that weird.
Pittsburgh, Philly, Cleveland mostly.
That's definitely not
I
it.
applied to
That's
one
the wrong
job in
one?
Baltimore, I wanted to go to Baltimore.
That's
Shut
my
up.
senior one.
You said cancel when you were opening it. Oh, I should have probably been on your staff. I forgot we were doing all this.
pricey as it is, it's, oh, I do want to do for my life.
I don't know you.
CS, despite that,
Desktop
it's priced
play.
like 6 years ago.
Space. Desktop.
Because I guess he was saying there was a whole lot of
That is
it's
space.
on the market, and it would be hard to find a job. But,
See, which field engineering is it?
so,
I thought there was a dot slash. Yeah, can we just like walk around a little bit?
brush up on
Yeah, they did.
concepts and
I can't tell if
things.
it's letting.
I feel like it is.
Program
It's
jobs.
slow.
Okay, so what do we?
It can be really great some places and be really loud in some
Well,
places,
I'm-
unfortunately.
Texas A&M.
Line later?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also nice because if I do it as a hobby, I can do whatever I want.
So we're compiling.
Alright, yeah, hit spacebar a little bit to go off a little.
And then I think WSD or
Stand up like all of them.
Okay, so I'm Connor. I did most of the rendering code for this game. Like, I'll get into it here in a second. But you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Ryan, I did the terrain generation half.
And Destiny did the sprites or the textures. That's the word. That's the three.
She made more than we ever actually.
Yeah, that we never did.
It's how it normally goes.
She helped with the procedural generation. didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Okay. So we all were, the three of us were pretty interested in procedural generation, and so we all got together and decided we were trying to make a game that did infinite terrain. And we did this in a weekend, most of this in a weekend. We've worked on it a little bit since then, optimization stuff, because it was really slow.
Yeah.
And it's still not real fast. But I don't know, it was a really fun experience. We just kind of, like, we didn't plan much. We just kind of showed up to the mountain layer and worked on it. But we ran into a lot of issues. Like, this was my first game ever in 3D, and we're not using an engine. This is in libgdx. So I had to write a lot of rendering code. I had to rewrite shaders because like there's a lot of cubes on the screen, and if I actually rendered all the vertices, that would be in the millions probably at this point.
I can fly down to the ground to show that.
So if you fly down into the ground, you can see any cube that isn't shown, I just don't render at all. There's actually no mesh for those because I'm actually generating meshes as the chunks show up. So I had to write an algorithm that combines like faces. So you see how all those faces have the same texture? That's actually one big face that I stitched together out of all the little ones. And that was really hard to do because I had to like compare textures and compare location and all that. And I had to iterate through a lot of cubes. And that was most of my job, was doing that algorithm. It's called a greedy mesh, and there are people who've done it better than me.
Connor did a lot of the wizardry that makes anything up here on the screen at all. And then I guess I can talk about my part. I implemented simplex noise generation. Basically, there's this sort of algorithm that it generates like seeded random noise. So you can kind of, to use it for our thing, we just kind of took that noise and said if this number is this high, that's how high our terrain is, and that's kind of how the terrain is shaped. It's obviously pretty lame terrain at the moment. We kind of just wanted to get it going and didn't really get time to kind of delve more into making the terrain more interesting. So that's a pretty exciting landmark. It's like 6 blocks tall or something. So yeah, that's kind of a thing we were kind of going for this entry level to it. It's interesting to learn how to create it, and it's not necessarily intuitive. So that's kind of what that is. But it lets us go to any arbitrary point in the world and pull in information and then create the world around it. And that's the other part of what I did, was create sort of the chunk system to allow us to infinitely explore the world until your frame rate crashes and the game explodes, which doesn't take very long.
Yeah, it doesn't offload chunks
Right.
right now.
That's why you can see
Yep.
it right now. But it's a feature.
I think if you hit I, it'll raise the render distance.
Oh, and then it'll just, yeah.
It'll slow down a lot because the generation is really slow, but I'm really proud of how many blocks you can get on the screen before the frame rate drops.
Oh, you did the Fushroom.
Yeah, the frustum calling. Yeah, I mean, I did a thing that lets you, it doesn't render the things that are off screen.
What's chunks generated here?
Like
It
this
says
some
crashes
green
slowly
method.
and dies.
Yep. How many times did you hit I? It probably won't crash, but it at one point it took
You won't move at all.
it took minutes at one point to generate a single chunk. I actually had to learn some multi-threading to speed up the mesh generation process, which I had never done before. I didn't learn any of the things I set out to learn on this project. I wanted to learn about procedural generation, and I spent the whole time writing optimization instead. But I found a new love for it. So, do you have anything else to talk about?
Sounds voxel engine.
Yep.
Are the meshes generated like randomly?
It's something called simplex noise, so it's procedurally generated. So there's a seed that you start with that then generates from there.
Okay, so it does use like some sort of random function.
Yeah, it's a controlled sort of randomness.
You need HDMI or something.
I'll use HDMI.
Next up, Gabby has her fraud clicker game she's gonna show us.
My computer is probably about to turn into lava.
How much,
Yeah, it's not actually.
how much did your performance increase if you remove the
We
console?
use HDMI.
Oh, to what? Remove the console span? Probably a little bit.
Although at that point, it was not very crucial.
Yeah. Connor was our optimization wizard.
There.
I think there's a lot.
Man, I like the blank screen I
graphic stuff
have.
that
Let's
I
try
can't
to
comprehend.
Are
Let's
all
back
are
up.
all optimization people wizards?
Yes, that was redundant.
There we go.
He was our wizard was basically what I said.
All right,
Okay,
just one.
I'm Gabby and this is Frog Clicker. It's made in Game Maker. And the goal is to click the frog forward to summon some frogs. And then you can upgrade your frogs in the frog shop. It doesn't really explain what they do. I don't know what that is. I think you clicked on it. And like click on the shop item. First upgrade is buying. It's buying the second frog, launch on frog forward, and then you get frogs that generate more frogs. Then you keep clicking and then there's Easter eggs hidden with most frogs. And you just keep going until you unlock all of the frogs, which doesn't take too long if you're rapidly clicking.
Click faster.
I'm sorry. I'm showing the aesthetic. This is what I was waiting for.
Very exciting game. It's inspired sort of by Cookie Clicker, where you click on a cookie to get more cookies. And I think there's a total of, I think there's 10 or 11 frogs types total you can get. You get a lot of frogs.
Oh, I love the whimsy in that.
Yeah.
And it was made in Game Maker, and it's mostly just to figure out particle systems because it's particles in the air and the water, and then just sort out evolve from there. That's all the frogs you can get, previous things. That's the game. Any questions?
3,000 frogs per second.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
How much time did you spend on it?
I'm not sure if I ever like specifically like noticed how much time I spent on it, because most of it's just making new sprites and then putting them in.
Is
I
there
know it
anything?
doesn't take that long. What?
Is there anything else you have planned for this? or-
Yeah, it was fun.
I'll probably add more frogs later on, what types of frogs you can buy. Right now I think we unlocked everything at 10,000 frogs. I also made the soundtrack myself.
Did you do the music?
Yeah. I used new score.
I can tell.
All right, thank you, Gabby. Next up, Connor has his game. What is it for Spectrum?
Yeah, working title.
Working title. All right.
That's me and Gabby.
Oh, it's you and Gabby.
You can almost hear it.
It's like half volume over there.
Huh?
It's like half volume over there. Is there like a soundtrack? Should we play?
It's a soundtrack.
Yeah, I think I heard it for a second.
I don't know what to say. Maybe a.
Is it on your laptop? Because hers was fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah, that's
definitely
interesting.
I don't have the new soundtrack thing yet though.
Yeah. That's the phone. No, this is not gonna work. Oh yeah, whoever wants to play it can volunteer.
I've already played it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good thing.
So this is a game I started back in May. I wanted to learn shaders, and I just kind of wanted to like find an idea that I liked and actually finish a product, kind of. So I've been working on it kind of in the background. X is to interact with things. So my main idea is that you have these fountains here, and they have these bubbles of a different element, and that's done with a shader. And it changes how you interact with the world. Right now, the only thing that changes is water. Like everything else just kind of changes colors. But I want to do like a nice puzzle platformer in it. And it gave me a good excuse to learn shaders, which I learned to do. Like, it was a good intro so that I could start on the box lunch and stuff, which is infinitely more complicated. But this was a good introductory thing to it. And I'm really happy with where it is right now. Gabby actually joined the team over Thanksgiving break just now, because I realized I hated all the art that I had, and I needed better. So, I'm really happy with where it is right now, though. Do you want to talk about doing the art? Because I'm
The way the art works whenever you actually make the sprites themselves is 6 different shades of red. So all of the sprite sheets themselves that look exactly the same shade of black. So it's a little bit difficult to make art, especially at first, because I couldn't figure out how to make anything export 6 different shades of red.
Yeah, and that's like a limitation of the way I wrote the shader, to be able to do palette swaps. So, yeah, I'm really happy with it. I've run into some design issues with it and stuff. Like, it's kind of hard. I don't want to do levels that are as linear as these ones are, but it's also kind of hard to know what element you're going to have when you walk into a room, because like in a more like labyrinth-y or dungeon-y level, there's a chance the player could do something I don't expect, and like they could walk into here already having everything be water and like just walk around and not have any issue with it and not have to deal with the lava. So, and you know, it's not perfect yet. Some of the collisions I need to work on, but I'm pretty proud of it. Yeah. And
Oh, you had it! You had it.
I like how scared you are.
Well, I hit it and it killed me the last
Very
time.
high stress level.
yeah, the lava insta kills you. So if you hold Z, you'll jump higher.
Z? You mean X?
Or
Jump up.
Z is jump it, isn't it?
Oh, I'm using W.
You
Oh,
can
well,
use,
that
you
jumps
can
too.
use
There's
up
like
to
10
jump.
different jump buttons because I didn't want to have to tell people the controls. I wanted you to be able to just press buttons.
Yeah, you
have
can
it.
push space to jump to it.
So yeah, there's a bunch of them. Also arrow keys. Where you can play. The game is designed so that you can play it one-handed with your right or left hand. Right now. I actually, the reason I stopped working on it for a long time, I got real scope creep in May, and like I started adding combat and all this stuff that just doesn't fit at all, and it became horrible and boring, and I dropped the project for like 5 months, and I picked it back up. And it's definitely better now, and I learned my lesson.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh. Yeah, there's like one more level, so I just wanna.
Okay.
It's
It's like a wall
nice and
jumping.
solid.
It's easier if you like bounce between the two, yeah.
Oh.
That would be satisfying.
Oh.
Alright.
And yep, that's it. Just takes you back to the beginning.
So what's this red bar up in the lower top left corner?
Oh, there's a health bar. It's just, there's actually another element that you didn't see in the demo that is acid, and acid drains your health over time. But I didn't come up with any good puzzles for that were like time-based or anything, so I just didn't use it in the demo.
What is this made in?
This is all with GDX, so I wrote all the collision code and everything, and the shaders, everything's me in Java.
Which is Java.
Yeah. So, thanks.
Alright, and our last, certainly not least game is from Tristan. It's called Speedy Wheelie Automobile. Is that how you say that?
Speedy Wheelie Automobile. Yeah.
Automobile, okay.
So I'm gonna do this on Solstice, just so I can bring my computer up here.
Okay.
And then, oh, there we go.
That is, I wonder if the podium's small.
Yeah.
Now let's go ahead and share my desktop. Alright, so I'm gonna actually talk about myself a little bit, because I didn't think I had enough to talk about for Speedy Wheelie Automobile for 7 minutes. So hi, I'm Tristan. I'm running my own sort of like amateur sort of studio sort of thing, because I have a lot more projects going on, so I call myself Cactus Studios. A little bit about me: I'm an accounting major, Japanese studies minor. I love video games, tabletop games, and anime, and that's important because a lot of like my love for anime and tabletop games come into my designing when it goes to video games. I've been making a lot of board games all my life, and I never knew how to do anything video game until I started in this club this semester. So, my games so far, I'm going to be showcasing Speedy Wheelie Automobile, which I made in Unity. I've been making Night of the Prince in Game Maker, and another game in RPG Maker. And then I've been working on a deck building tabletop game on the side. So, Speedy Wheelie Automobile. The concept is it's a third-person racing game. I only have one playable car today to show you off, but I want a variety of vehicles. Just playing around with some of the standard free assets, like tanks, boats. It's just going to be a whole bunch of different vehicles. And I want to have some like weird racetracks, like some very gravity-defying sort of mental tracks. Oh, that was wrong. There we go. And it's not really going to be like a serious racing game. It's just going to be a party game, sort of like Mario Kart is. You know, you just sit around and play for a little bit. So the features I want to have in this after I'm done showcasing this and work on it some more is I want some more vehicles, because right now it's just kind of boring. It's just one vehicle. You can drive around a single track. I want to put a booster in the game, something like nitrous, just sort of like propel you a lot faster, give you an edge perhaps, sort of like the mushroom. More maps, as you'll see. There's just one very circular racetrack that you can go around. And I want to introduce some unique vehicle mechanics as I get through more vehicles. So I'm going to go ahead and show off what I've got for the game. So here's the menu. And I'm having a problem right now with my lighting. I can't get the car's colors to show up properly if I go through the main menu. So I'm going to go around the track once in this, and then I'll show you what it's supposed to look like when you actually access the game from the main, or from just the first level. Oh, and I've died, so. And I don't have anything set up right now to reset you back to the beginning of the game.
Just fall forever.
So you just fall forever through a skybox.
Oh, here we go.
And this is what the colors are supposed to look like. So if you have any ideas on how to fix that, I would greatly appreciate it after this.
A little terrifying.
Yeah, I
You're
thought
about
it was
to
like
fall.
downloading. There's a lot of data. It's fearless. No breaks.
There.
Never break.
Error rate.
It's a speedy.
Very long track.
The stripes are out of the ground, so you can actually run over them, and it will show. And I'm not very good at my own game, but
Oh, we're actually on something now. We're off the track.
yeah. Originally, this is all going to be on top of this cube, and then I decided to go off the track a little bit. And that is Speedy Wheelie Automobile in its current form. So, if you have any questions?
Are you planning on like controller support? Is that kind of your end goal?
Yeah.
For game stuff?
Eventually, I do want to figure out how to plug a controller into all of this and have that work, as well as same screen multiplayer, or just a secondary car on the track would also be nice. But
Gotcha.
So you're targeting like PC, Mac?
yeah,
What was the software that you were using to make that game?
I'm using Unity. It's a free software. Alrighty, well, thank you.
Alright, that's all we have as far as presentations today. We're going to set up several stations with some of the games if you guys want to stick around and play. Pizza's coming in a second. Ryan's out talking to Pizza Guy, I think. So, that's all I got. Who's setting up where? If we figure that out, like who wants to set up their games.